Good morning. Welcome to your Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom, guidance, solace, comfort for all of us. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. We're going to be fine. So let's start. While we're waiting for everybody to pop on, let's start with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. You're my first person here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And there's Cindy. Good morning, good morning. I figured quite a few people. There's Carolyn. Good morning. I figured quite a few people would be queued up this morning, waiting to see what we have to say, what our card is today that is so relevant. It always makes me smile and exhale when this kind of divine unfolding occurs. This card couldn't be more perfect for today. And I noticed that I have a new video from Victoria Laurie in my inbox. So tomorrow I will give you an update on what she has to say about all of this. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. All of which is in divine right timing and divine right order. There are no accidents, there are no mistakes. Take some comfort in that. Even when it looks like a complete and total shit show, there's organization in there somewhere. There's flow. There's flow. Even though it feels like a hot mess. So, breath, everybody. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Appreciate that your lungs could just do that. In through the nose, out through the mouth, sending your roots down through the soles of your feet and the base of your spine into Mother Earth. In through the nose, out through the mouth, grounding, grounding, grounding. In through the nose, good morning, Janine. Out through the mouth, spinning open your heart chakra, ready to receive this day. In through the nose, out through the mouth. All of the other chakras spinning open. Root, solar plexus, sacral, throat, crown, everything spinning open. Ready to receive this day. We do not need to withdraw, hunker down, hang on for dear life. We don't need to do any of that. Be free, be open, flow. Put your shoulders back a little bit. Okay, let your arms be open. Does that feel vulnerable? It might. It's okay. Take a breath. And I will share with you today's divinely perfect card, which is from the Sacred Forest deck by Denise Lynn. And I was actually surprised this deck popped up. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. Very surprised this deck popped up because we've just had it so much recently, but this card, oh yeah, spot on, spot on. And what I would like you to do, all of you who are on here, there's 6 of you live with me right now, I'd like every one of you to share a little tidbit from this to somebody who's fretting today. There's lots of people fretting. Yesterday I had 3 different young adults in their teens having issues about what's going on. And this will be okay. This will be okay. So let's check it out. You ready for this? Aspen spirit, courage, courage. So another breath. Let it go. Step into courage. Let me read it first. Aspen Spirit, Courage. And this is the 3rd card in the deck. It's obviously an important card. In the forest, you can hear the whispering of the trees in the aspen grove. Your awareness sinks beneath the surface. You sense the aspen's network of roots, which allows each tree to connect with the rest of the grove. Good morning, Marilyn. This is about connection. This is about community. This is about how we not only survive these times, but thrive in these times. Connection, community. This connection also makes them a single organism, united at the soul level. that can live for thousands of years. Energize the connections, you guys. Energize the connections. Put your energy into sending. Let's just do it right now. Rub your hands together. You are an energetic being. You are a conductor of energy. Put it out there. Let it go. Let it go where you think it ought to go, and let it go wherever it chooses to go, knowing that it will arrive at the divine right place. Sending energy. Anytime you start feeling freaked out about what's going on in our world, energize your hands, send some energy out. Imagine all of us doing this. Good morning, Mary. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Imagine all of us sending energy to our world, trusting that it's going exactly where it needs to go in divine right timing and divine right order. We are just the energetic vessel that receives spirit energy, which is an endless source, and then we move it through us and out into our world, where it does exactly what it needs to do. All right? Awesome. So you can do that anytime you think about it, anytime you think of it. So back to our Aspen Spirit Courage. If the Aspen card has shown up in your life today, it brings a message of courage, protection, community, welcome practical rebels, and the ability to face and overcome obstacles in life. That's all this is, seeming obstacles. Because oftentimes hidden in those obstacles, good morning Diane, glad you're here, hidden in those obstacles is opportunity. We arrive at change sometimes through obstacles, seeming obstacles, and chaos, seeming chaos. Know that you are protected and you are safe. You are ready to step forward with courage and grace, no matter what seems to be blocking your way. So think about approaching today, Monday, with courage and grace. That's all you're going to practice is courage and grace. Courage and grace, courage and grace. You might want to imagine that being emblazoned across your forehead. Courage and grace. That's what we're exercising right now. The Aspen's network of roots is a sign that you should be open to support from others and supporting others. Combine your effort with like-minded individuals. You don't need to do it all alone. This may be a good time to bond with people over a creative project or a community endeavor. And what I would say about the bonding aspect of it is do not trauma bond. Do not bond over how terrible, horrible, awful, shitty it is. That's not helpful. Bond over we are empowered beings. We are sovereign beings. We get to make decisions. We have choice. We always have choice. Even when certain things are not available to us, we get to choose how we feel, think, talk about that. And in the famous words of Joanne Barnes, director in Mary Kay, national sales director, it's what you talk about. Because what you talk about, you bring about. What are you putting your precious energy into? Is it how empowered you are and how many good things you're going to do in the face of whatever seeming obstacles there are? Or is it about how terrible, horrible, awful it is? Because that is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere. Let's lift our voices to the positive. We have opportunities here, lots of opportunities. Oftentimes in the chaos, seeming chaos, is where our best opportunities lie. Look for them. I'll give you an example. I had someone recently where I was explaining to her something really, really good that was about to unfold in her world. And she was seeing it through the shit color lenses. And I was kind of amazed at how she took something that I was perceiving as such a good step and making it be a bad thing. We get to do that if we want to. We get to choose. We get to decide. I'm going to choose courage. I'm going to choose that courage and grace that this card is talking about. Combine your effort with like-minded individuals. You don't need to go it alone. This may be a good time to bond with people over a creative project or a community endeavor. In Celtic tradition, the aspen was associated with community, endurance, and protection. The Celts chose the wood of the aspen tree to make their battle shields to protect them from spiritual as well as physical harm. It sheltered the soul from the deepest fears. Aspen was thought to be the teacher of fearlessness and carried a message of strength in facing the unknown. The spirit of the aspen says, the energy of your inner spiritual warrior is ready to step forward to face any challenges or blockages in life. Be willing to accept help. Be fearless. And notice that it says step forward to face any challenges or blockages, not to do battle, not to fight. I'm going to reiterate that again. Fighting is a waste of our energy, and our political system certainly hasn't figured this out. They're all about the fight. That's fine, let them do their thing. We're going to come at it from a different perspective. How do we heal all of this? How do we send the energy into the system? How do we focus on what we do want? How do we put forth small efforts to make that happen? If you want to think about it, an ideal opportunity for a small effort, a vote. One vote. In a sea of all the votes, it may feel like an infinitesimally small effort. Those efforts add up. Those efforts are important. We have choice. Let's exercise that choice. Let's exercise that choice in terms of our mindset. I was on my Tony Robbins call with the young people yesterday, and we were talking about, one young man was saying, I know how to do physical discipline. I know how to work my body. I don't know how to do that with my mind. I don't know how to have the discipline with my mind. And so we were deconstructing the discipline that he has with his body and how that really is a mind thing anyway. It's a mind, body, spirit, complete package. He's just focusing on the body part. So for this particular circumstance, it is mind, body, spirit, all of them combined. We're so good at chopping things up into parts. Well, it's my mind that's out of control. Good morning, Tammy. Glad you're here. Welcome. Haven't seen you in ages. Welcome, welcome. So, and those of you who are here, the 10 of you who are here right now, you're here right now for a reason, to hear this part of the message. And it ain't about me. It's coming through me. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. But again, we have the power to effect change. Hands rubbed again. Send out your energy. And my vote is let it go where it needs to go. Sometimes we like to dictate that control thing, where it's going to go. Well, I need to send this to my great uncle Harry, who, whatever, doesn't think like I think, blah, blah. Nah. Great uncle Harry may not be open to receiving. You can certainly send it his direction. If it banks off of him, trust that it's going to land wherever it needs to go. Sending good juju into this whole circumstance. Think about 52 Pickup, that game we used to play as kids. Take the whole card deck, throw it in the air, and everything lands all over, and we'd laugh hysterically, and then we pick them all up. They're going to be in a different order when they get picked up. Order, right? So this is just our 52 Pickup, and now things will come into an order. It may not be an order we anticipate. It may not be an order that we would dictate. Here's exactly how I want to order this order. Might not happen. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is, how are you managing yourself right now? Mind, body, spirit. Are you staying in grace? Are you adding to the solution, or are you adding to the problem? If you're wringing your hands and being all worried about and talking about what a shit show and it's chaotic and blah, 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 and oh my God, it's terrible, horrible, awful, and we're never going to recover from this, blah, blah. You are the problem. You are not a solution. Good morning, Judy. Welcome. And know that the level of the solution is never the level that created the problem in the first place. We must now transcend. The level of the solution is never the level of the problem. All right? So we need to step beyond all, well, they did this and they did that, and this is, gone to hell in a handbasket. That is not going to get us to solution. This is going to get us to solution. Sending out the energy, putting out divine love. Divine love. Everything's about the love, right? I was watching an Amanda Ellis video, and it was basically kind of a version of what would Jesus do in this seeming shit show that we're living in. And she pulled cards, and the first card was love. The first card was love. Love, love, love. Can't say it enough. So here's our card for today, though. Courage. Courage. See the aspen trees? They're all connected underground. We are all connected, even when we like to pretend that we're not. I was watching some very interesting TED Talk videos. I had one of the people on my Tony Robbins Zoom yesterday mentioned a particular person with a TED Talk, so I went and watched that one. Well, after I watched that one, I watched two more that were very interesting. One of them was about, she was an attorney, and she was talking about men's rights with regard to divorce and children and visitation and all that stuff. And the other one was about it was a woman who does documentaries, and she decided to do a documentary on the men's movement, having perceived and believed through other people's shit color lenses that the entire men's movement was about basically keeping women down. Discovering in the course of her documentary work for a year and a half, that was not the case at all. They weren't saying down with women. They were saying, can we level out men and women? So interesting, both of those, because they challenged a lot of the perceived notions that I have, we have, etc. And this is the time. This is the time for us to come together as community, to operate from grace and courage, to look at the things where we make assumptions, all people are this, all men are that, all women are this, all black people are that, all white people are this, all Republicans are that, all Democrats are that. No. You can't pigeonhole people like that. Human beings are complex creatures. Complex. Oh, that was an interesting thing, and that reminded me. I want to share with you a concept that I learned from an architect at the conference that I went to last week. He differentiated between complex systems and complicated systems. And nature creates complex systems. This would be a complex system. All of these aspens are working together. And in that forest, there's a variety of flora and fauna that are all interdependent. There is competition, but there's also cooperation. And what's makes a system durable for the long haul, for thousands of years. Human beings, in their infinite wisdom, came in and created complicated systems. Not complex, complicated. So I'll give you some examples. We take all the trees in a city and we plant the same damn tree. Nature doesn't do that. Nature has variety. So if something goes through, like the emerald ash borer, it doesn't wipe out the entire damn forest. In cities, there are cities that all they planted was elms. They got nothing left now. If they had planted variety in their thoroughfares, they would have some trees left. So we went from a complex system to a complicated system, and the complicated systems are very fragile. So let's do another example. The little farmers who had a variety of animals and a variety of crops, right? So it's a bad year for corn. You still have oats, you still have wheat, you still have whatever. When all you plant is corn and it's a bad year for corn, what happens? So you raise animals on a farm. You have cows and pigs and chickens and the whole enchilada, right? Now we have these gigantic factory farms. All they have is chickens. You get a bird flu going through, what happens? You lose everything. It's a fragile system. Humans, human beings, variety. There's a reason we talk about diversity and how wonderful diversity is. Because if we're all homogeneous and something that impacts that homogeneous group of people goes through, totally fragile, totally fragile. So think about that as we're creating what we're trying to create. Yes, it is good to have people who believe different things. That is good. We don't want to squelch that, but we certainly don't want to demonize it either. They're wrong, we're right. Nope, nope. How about they have an opinion, they have an opinion, they have an opinion, they have an opinion. I wonder why they have that opinion. Maybe I'll go ask them, how come you have this opinion? Would you like to hear my opinion? Diversity, diversity, diversity. This architect talking about complex versus complicated systems was an eye-opener for me. It's like, oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? When we as human beings try to put order to seeming chaos, we mess it up. We mess up the systems that are already there working well together, right? So, some food for thought for today. Again, my admonition is don't fret, don't fret, don't fret. This is all in divine right order and timing. Warm up those hands, get that energy flowing. We'll just keep stepping forward in faith. There's a reason that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that. We don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the next step in faith. Have an awesome Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Send that energy. Bye-bye.